You can't even trust your own business partner. You can't even trust your own business partner to keep business secrets. What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today is Money Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first Money Monday of 2023. Happy New Year! Shout out to everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great New Year's. I did as well. And of course, today's Money Monday is sponsored by RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we get all our news articles and fun stuff. And of course, home of our latest addition to our lineup, Dear RPC, where you, the viewer, call in or write in for professional advice, and of course, not by professionals. And that's for entertainment purposes only. That's actually on our Quick Hits channel. And yes, we do have 2 channels. Bruh. Oh yes, that's why we are grifting. Yes, we are grifters here. We like money. And of course, that's why we have Money Monday. Today's episode, and of course, let us not forget people on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're listening on an alternative platform, shout out to you. Hit the follow button on the way in and the like button. And if you're on YouTube, hit the like button on the way and subscribe button if you haven't already. Today's video. Now, we haven't actually looked at the FTX situation in a while. And a lot of stuff has developed. Mr. Bankman-Fried has been freed. Ironically, on $250 million bail, and I think I mentioned that on my one of my previous videos. How the heck did he get? Honestly, if you lost so much money, where the heck did you end up getting $250 million bail? Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? But I heard that actually was reduced and he had to surrender his passport and whatnot. And that's him right there. But ironically, I think it's his ex-girlfriend now, is on, well, she's in huge trouble right now. Now, of course, today's episode is titled, Be Careful Who You Trust in Business. Now, when you are actually in business with people, there's a certain etiquette of trust that you have with your business partner. And I'm talking about secrets. I'm talking about everything like that. Now, the funny thing is, though, is sometimes you can't even trust your own business partner. You can't even trust your own business partner to keep business secrets. And this is a big case in point. Sam Friedman's ex, Carolyn Ellison, faced 110 years in the clink before she pleaded guilty. Now, they really put the pressure on this poor female. Now, I'm saying poor female, I'm using that term very loosely, because I'm not saying, oh, woe is me, poor female. I'm basically saying poor, sad female. Now, the reason why they imposed that on her, and this is all alleged, is because, as you could tell, she don't look like she has a lot of guts. She looks like the type of person that would sing like a canary if she was put in a corner. Anyway, let's get into the article here. Disgraced FTX mogul Sam Friedman's ex-girlfriend, Carolyn Ellison, was facing 110 years in prison before she agreed to cooperate with the feds and her plea agreement shows. Now, I had to pause there for a second because, of course, we always have to pause when we talk about the feds. Oh, yes. We always have to pause when we talk about them. And ironically, my sound effect recently has been getting flagged by good old YouTube. So, if you listen to some of my videos, some of the videos won't have that where it's supposed to be. So, of course, your boy's going to have to edit that and kind of, get in compliance and whatnot. But anyway, let's get back to the article. The former Alameda hedge fund CEO, 28, pleaded guilty to Fed fraud charges in an agreement signed on Monday. The total maximum sentence in incarceration on courts 1 through 7 of the 10 informations is 110 years imprisonment. For this, can they even do that? People don't even live that long anymore. Now, of course, this is alleged. I think it was just a scare tactic because obviously looks like she scares easy. She's a tiny little thing too. Anyway, the agreement also indicated that Ellison and FTX co-founder Gary Wang, pause. That just kind of just jumped out there, had agreed to cooperate fully with the feds in exchange for with which they are likely to get much lighter sentences. Obviously, from 110, you would think they're going to get lighter. However, experts say there's no way to know how much time Ellison could serve, which could even be no time at all. Wow. So she's going to obviously sing like a canary. To predict what she can get at this stage is impossible, a former attorney of the Ponzi crook Bernie Madoff told the Post. Oh, that's her right there. A former prosecutor of Brooklyn Federal Court also said that it's too early to predict what her sentence could be, but she may get off with just probation. Wow. And y'all talking about fairness and equality, eh? I guarantee even if he was in her position, I guarantee he would not get off that easy. Hell no. They would put him under the jail. It is unheard of for testifying cooperators, even one facing as long sentences as Miss Ellison, to receive probation rather than any prison term. Miss Ellison was at the door as early as she could be and didn't even need to be indicted. Oh, good Lord. She was ready to sing. She was ready to sing like a canary. She is signing at every opportunity that she is taking responsibility and truthfully remorseful. If she ends up testifying at trial against SBF or others, that would make her cooperation even more significant and get further argument for reducing her sentence. Look at this sad man. Look at this guy. Honestly, you gotta... What happened to my music there? There we go. You gotta be careful who you're in business with and who you lay with and tell your secrets to. Because this is what this fool, and I'm saying fool, ended up doing. I don't know. Y'all fellas, you don't use your head. You never go into business, first of all, with your girlfriend. And second of all, and I mention this time and time again, but y'all fellas don't listen. You do not ish where you eat. Now, this idiot ished where he eat, fornicated, and I guarantee they were not maybe they weren't boyfriend. This is all alleged, of course. Maybe they were not boyfriend and girlfriend when they started this whole fiasco. But he decided to lay with this individual, and now she's probably going to lay his ass in a coffin 6 feet under the jail. Because you know he is going to be going away for quite a long time. Well, actually, this is all alleged as well because he does have quite a bit of connections, and you know this here. So you never know. He might actually get off as well. Well, this is all alleged because you know what? This thing is going back and forth, but they may throw the book at him, but because a lot of and this is alleged as well, a lot of proceeds he actually donated to the good old Democratic Party. Bruh. So maybe they might bail. I don't know. This is a weird case. But anyway. Where am I? There we go. Crypto exchange FTX collapsed in November after federal investigators say that Friedman used investors' money to fund. We know that already. For her part of the scheme, the hefty charges Ellison was slapped with included wire fraud, commodity fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering. Oh, the 3 L's. Whoops. There we go. The 3 L's. The 3 L's you don't want to get involved with. However, in exchange for Ellison's decision to truthfully and completely disclose all information concerning all matters, oh, he's going to go under the jail. She's literally going to throw everything at this man. All the pillow talk, all the talks. You know when you're with your girl and you guys are, in the morning and while, you're brushing your teeth, while the female's brushing her teeth and the man's on the toilet using the washroom, he's doing number 2. And you guys are having certain talks, or when you're cuddling in bed after fornicating and you finally have that roar and, you have that euphoria and your girl asks you anything and you're like, yes, dear. You open the damn vault. Yeah, that kind of talk she is going to let out. Sad. Okay, where am I? However, in exchange for, we read that part already. In the investigation, prosecutors agreed to release, they're going to release her on $250,000 bail. Wow. So she gets off on $250,000 bail. And this sad man, gets off $250 million. Good Lord. Wow. Wowsy. Well, no wonder she's singing. Deals struck with federal prosecutors are not usually revealed before they are completed, so the amount of prison time, if any, Ellison has agreed to serve will not be announced until she is finished cooperating, likely once Friedman's trial is concluded. The bail sum is 1,000 times less than Friedman's, which is holed up in her parents, or he's held in his parents' home with an ankle monitor after being released with a record-breaking $250 million bond following his extradition from the Bahamas. Wow. Man, you should have hid, man. Not advice, by the way. As a part of her plea, Ellison, whose parents are both teach at MIT, is also not allowed to travel outside the U.S. and was made to surrender their travel documents as well to law enforcement. The plea agreement shows Ellison is still on the line for financial damages and also being separately sued by the federal government. Wow, you don't want to mess with the government. Anyway, earlier this week, legal experts told the Post why they felt Ellison would turn on Friedman. Well, I could have told you that right away. She looks frail. Of course, she's backed into a corner. She's going to sing. Those are her parents there. Her parents look exactly like her. If there's any doubt, that's her parents there. Anyway, earlier this... Okay, we read that part already. Okay, almost verily people say at the end of the day, I have to look for my best interest, my family's interest, even if I don't relish what I'm being asked to do, says Jack, white collar criminal. Okay, we don't need to know that. Wow. Wowsy, wowsy, wows. Okay, so Ellison and Wang will undermine likely many Bankman-Fried's defenses and arguments, and they were in charge of doing things without his knowledge. What? Since the FTX scam imploded in November, Ellison has given up her jet-setting lifestyle, hopping between companies, penthouses in Hong Kong, maintaining low profile, and she's only been spotted grabbing a coffee at a New York City, December 4th, and that's her right there. Wow. Interesting. And there's another article here. We're going to get into the next article. Now, why? Obviously, we already know why. Why this is bad news for Mr. Fried, or Fried, or whatever. Well, he's fried anyway. What happened to my sound effects today? There we go. Now, it's going to be much, much harder for Bankman to argue that he didn't know what's happening. Of course, because she's gonna throw him under the bus. I'm telling you. Let's get into this article here. Things have been going poorly for Sam Friedman, obviously, and they're going to get worse. As the discredited co-founder of the collapsed cryptocurrency platform FTX is being extradited to the U.S. from the Bahamas, some of his closest associates are turning on him. That's why you got to be careful who you trust in business. Carolyn Edison, a former head of the crypto hedge fund, is allegedly misused funds, pleaded guilty to several charges of fraud, conspiracy. We read that already. Okay, both of them say that they knew that what they were doing was wrong according to transcripts, and their pleas were unsealed Friday. Allison, who reportedly once dated Friedman, says that she's truly sorry for defrauding customers and investors. So she already admitted that she knew what was going on. She ain't stupid, but she still went along with it. So now, if she gets off on probation, we're going to clearly see the fairness of the good old court system. We're going to definitely see the fairness involved there. Because she knew. She knew exactly what was going on. She's a grown woman. She may look like she's a child, but she's a grown woman. Okay, so it is devastating news for Fried. These developments put him in a much more vulnerable legal position and could tear apart his defense that the alleged misbehavior of FTX was an unintentional mistake. Oh, no, it wasn't a mistake. You're screwed. You're going under the jail, sir. And this is him here. Let's play the video here. And of course, we might have an... Oh, no.
FTX
there we go.
CEO Sam Bankman-Fried appearing right now in a New York City courtroom after he agreed to be extradited back to the States from the Bahamas. He's facing charges of wire fraud and money laundering stemming from the sudden collapse of his cryptocurrency exchange platform. I want to bring in NBC's Ron Allen outside the courtroom. Ron, I understand that the judge just announced, and I'm trying to get my head around this, that Bankman-Fried will be released on bond. This is after the Consumer Commodities Trading Commission estimated that there was an alleged $8 billion with a B dollar fraud of his customers,
and a million customers, victims potentially in this whole thing. Yes, the bond is going to be $250 million, which the DOJ prosecutors said was the largest pretrial bond ever that they could think of. And it was proposed by the government. And the government said that they were offering this.
Again, you never mess with the government. See, they're throwing the book at him.
Proposal in large part because he cooperated and he waived extradition and came to the United States last night.
Wait, hold on a second. Because you voluntarily came and made their job easier, you're getting hit with $250 million? So if he came while being forced back into the country, like if they actually had to do any work and travel there and grab his ass and bring him back, you're telling me the bond would have been higher? Wow. Okay, I feel so... Anyway, continuing.
and didn't fight the extradition process. So that was something that worked in his favor. He has to surrender his passport. He's going to move out to California, to Palo Alto, where his parents live, and he has to live in his parents' home. He has to report there by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning to be fitted with an electronic monitoring device on his ankle. And the judge says that there will be strict pretrial supervision during this entire process.
Now, I'm not going to be mean. I think I mentioned this in a previous video as well. He don't look bright enough, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to, put shade on this guy because he got caught, even though I should, because he's an idiot. But he don't look bright enough to pull off something this huge. And this is all alleged, and I did mention this before. I think there's other people pulling the strings behind, and he's the main guy taking the fall. Now, the question is it everything going to be revealed in the courts? Only time will tell. Honestly, he don't look bright. He don't look bright enough to pull off an $8 billion heist, and I think it's actually way more than that, because it said here $8 billion, but I think it's way more than that. But anyway, yeah, he don't look bright. Anyway, continuing.
And that was the only time that Bankman-Fried was heard to say anything in court, when the judge asked him if he understood the consequences potentially if he didn't appear for his next court appearance, and eventually if he jumped bail. And Bankman-Fried basically just said yes. We also understand that his parents were in the room for the proceeding. At the end of it, they were holding hands, and they had a look on their face that seemed to suggest relief, because as you pointed out earlier, there's a lot of questions about whether he would be granted bail at all, but he has, and now we're waiting to see if he can make that bail, and if in fact we see him leaving the court sometime today. Andrea?
Which he obviously did, spoiler alert. Anyway, that's enough with that. Okay, so yeah, is there anything else different in here that we need to know? I don't think there is anything we need to know, but basically, the context we have to take out of this case here, and a lot of cases in general that are kind of not really similar to them. I'm not talking, with illegal activity, but you got to be careful who you trust in business. Now, when you're in a business relationship, you have to be able. It's like they say, the right hand has to know what the left hand is doing. There has to be 100% trust. You guys are basically ride or die. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to be trustworthy of each other. No doubts. Now, I know this is probably a bad example, but when there's certain secrets that are in a company, you don't turn just like that. And another thing, you do not lay with your employees. Because look what it cost him here. And it said once dated. Now, they didn't really say if they were dating before this or during this. Well, they're definitely not dating now. Wow. Interesting, but we're gonna definitely keep an eye on this. I honestly think this is gonna kind of fizzle out, because a lot of times these big cases like this, especially when certain people are involved, it tends to fizzle out, and you just kind of hear, okay, yeah, the person got so and so, whatever. Now, in regards to getting the money back, nah, that money is pretty much gone. That money ain't coming back. They ain't gonna recover nothing. They're talking about things being on a server, and they're going to have forensic accountants, and they're going to check the blockchain and trace where the money is. I think Kevin was even saying this. They're going to follow the money. They ain't following nothing. It's going to cost way too much manpower. And plus, a lot of people that actually lost money, and obviously I'm not throwing shade on them either. A lot of them didn't invest that much. Some of them did. Some put their whole damn house on, and that's the L. You never put all your eggs in one basket. That's another thing you take from this video. But in regards to actually getting the money back, yeah, that money's pretty much gone. Honestly, we don't know where it is. Well, we know where it is, but yeah, it's going to be really, really, really hard to get it back. And the amount of manpower and the man hours they're going to have to put in order to trace back everything, is it really going to be worth it? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to. It's going to obviously be a developing thing, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this. But anyway, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting, but fellas, be smart. Do not lay with your employees. And be careful what you tell them because they will turn on you. She looks innocent, but I'm telling you, she's gonna have his ass buried under the jail. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's Money Monday. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, Happy New Year to you all. Make sure you have your money right this year because we are in a good old recession time. So be prepared. Hopefully you have all your investments ready and all your eggs in one, different baskets and whatnot. Of course, not financial advice. But that's going to be it for today's Money Monday. Shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill. We got all our news articles, financial news, podcasts, and whatnot. Shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button on the way out and subscribe if you haven't already. And that's going to be it for today's episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. And to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left. And to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.